everybody, it's me again. Welcome back to my channel, and for those of you who don't know, I'm Tina. Hi! Today we're going to do a cooking video, and we're kind of doing things out of order today because I already started it, but now I'm going to show you what to put in it. So the stuff will already be opened. Now we're going to need a 1-pound box of elbow noodles, 2 cans of whole peeled tomatoes. This is the 28-ounce size. You're going to need some soy sauce. You're going to need a jar of ragu. You're going to need a pound of ground beef, salt and pepper, garlic, Italian seasoning, basil. I'm going off my my recipe here. And then I'll tell you in the recipe that you need to fill it with the jar of sauce up with water. And then you just follow the recipe that I will lay out for you on how to make it. Well, here we are cooking the ground beef. And this is a pound that I had frozen. So I had defrosted it. Now this is my mom's recipe, as I said, and in her recipe it says that if there's not much grease, then you don't even have to drain it. So we'll have to see how much grease is in the pan once I get it browned. And as you can see, I'm using my trusty little wooden spatula. I love my wooden spatula. And I like the hamburger broken up very well. I like the little pieces of the hamburger. So we'll just continue cooking this until it's done, and then I'll be back. I do have the recipe written down. And it says, in large pan, brown 1-pound hamburger. That'd be what we're doing. And then you add salt and pepper, garlic, Italian seasoning, basil, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. Now, I bought soy sauce just for this recipe alone because I did not have any soy sauce in my kitchen. Never used it before, but my mom has sent me down some of her goulash after she had made it, and it was delicious. I wanted the recipe, and so now I'm making it for you guys. So what we're going to do is just drain some of that meat out, that grease out of there. And you see that flame I'm going, and you're just going to hold the hamburger back. Yeah, you probably lose some hamburger. See, there's a lot of grease in there. I'm not going to drain it all. I think that's good. And make sure you wet the bottom of the pan when you're done. For any grease that might have spilled over to the bottom. You don't want to start a grease fire. But yep, that's it. That's all you do. For anyone that might not know how to do it. Right now I'm getting out some salt and pepper, and instead of using salt, I'm going to use some garlic salt and pepper, and I have the Italian seasoning. Here's my garlic salt, making sure I'm getting it in camera. I'll take that out for a moment. Garlic salt and some pepper. Then it calls for Italian seasoning. So I put a little bit in. Not a lot. Then it calls for basil. So I have basil right here. I'm not going to put a lot of this in. I have about this much in my hand. Ooh, burnt my arm. And I'm just going to take a pinch of it. And I'm just going to throw the rest of it on the stove. I don't want a lot. So there, that's about how much I have. And I'm just going to rub it against my hand. Because that wakes it up. It wakes it up. There's the basil. And we need 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. Of course, it's in the very last cupboard that I looked in. The soy sauce. That is my luck. The very last cupboard. So I'm opening it up. And it costs for how much? 3 tablespoons. So I'm looking for a tablespoon. Is that a tablespoon? Yep, I got 1 tablespoon. Okay. Now we're going to take this little thingy off. I don't need that. And we'll add the soy sauce. 1, 2, 3. 3 tablespoons. Okay. And then I'm just going to do a little mixeroo. It's been cooking here now while I was looking for soy. Okay. Now, let's put those spices back real quick because I need my counter. And they be in my way. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to do any kind of experimenting to this recipe because I want it to turn out just like my mom's. Now it calls for 2 large cans of tomatoes. And this here is, I'm looking for a size. Net weight 28 ounces, which is 1.75 pounds. So she told me to use 2 of these. And my can opener does not like to hold the cans up. So there's going to be a lot of this. Okay, we're back. Yeah, my nephew came home, so I sat with him for a little while. I'm going to turn this back on, put it on low. I almost forgot my coriander. We're going to put on some coriander. You know, I love my coriander. I'm not going to put in a lot. Just a little bit. Yeah, you're not seeing nothing I'm doing. Yeah, I originally cut you off because of the time and the frustration it was giving me to open up those tomato things. The cans of tomatoes. Oh, it was getting frustrating. So I was like, I'll just cut the film off before I go start swearing a bunch of words. Sounds like, yeah, that time my alarm went off. Yeah, okay, let's get back to my recipe. Okay, so we had to add the Italian seasoning. We did that. Basil, soy sauce. Add 1 jar of sauce. I got me some Ragu Traditional. And dump that on in there. And we're going to fill this jar up with water to the brim. And I'm giving it a shake. But we want a full jar of sauce, water in there. Just like that. And so now I have a garbage bag next to me for garbage. And then we're gonna, I have to get in. Yeah, you can hear my daughter in the background. She's making her presence known. She is out for summer, but today is actually Saturday, so she would have been home anyways. Oops, splish, splish, splash. I was taking a bath in tomato sauce. But the recipe calls for you to add the entire jar, sauce and all, and to leave the tomatoes whole, because as they are cooking, they will break up. So I'm doing as my mom tells me to do, and some bay leaves. Now it calls for the leaves, but all I have are these things, so I'm just gonna have to just put a little bit in, because I don't have a full leaf, and I'm just gonna like kind of put very little in, because yeah, just a little bit, because I can't take the leaf out when it's done. And I don't want to ruin it. Now we're just going to do a stir-roo again. Do a quick stir-roo. Get that stirred up in there. And I'm going to use my spatula to break up these tomatoes. But yeah, I'm sure they will break up as it's cooking. Now, if you have like home fresh tomatoes, you know, that you've like canned, obviously you can use those as well. I mean, it doesn't have to be store-bought. Mom has canned tomatoes at her house that she canned herself, and that is what she uses. Let's see what it says. So 1 jar of water, which I did, stir together. That's what I'm doing. Trying to break up these tomatoes too. I think this is my first time making this recipe. I think next time I make it, I will cut up the tomatoes in the jars first. I think I shall. But we'll see if they break apart as they're cooking. If not, I might have to reach in there, take each one out and cut it up on a plate or something. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Okay. But to make this recipe, I'm sure you probably realized already, but you will need one of those big frying pans for it. Not sure if I mentioned that. And you're going to add a 1 pound uncooked elbow pasta. There you go. Can you see it? You're going to add in 1 pound of uncooked elbow pasta. Now this is 2 pounds. So I'm going to have to kind of judge by sight. I'm seeing exactly where it's at. And I'm going to try to put in only half the box. And hopefully that's 1 pound. So we're just going to add some. And I'm going to whip. I think I'll add a little bit more. Yeah, I think that was 1 pound. I think that's half the box. So we'll stir that in. Right in there with it. Okay, now we are going to let this simmer for 30 to 45 minutes, or until the macaroni is tender. No, you're going to simmer for 30 to 45 minutes, or until the macaroni is done. Not tender. I guess that means the same thing. But yeah, until the macaroni is done. So we're going to turn it on up. Turn it on up. I'm putting it on about halfway, right on the 5. And I'm going to let that simmer Okay, I will be back once it has absorbed and it has cooked to show you what happens. Yeah, I'll be back in about 40 minutes. So until then. But here we are back again. I'm just showing you what it's looking like, and it's simmering. And I'm just stirring, breaking up tomatoes as I go along. And as you're seeing, as it's cooking, the sauce is thickening up. But I might have to like dig out those tomatoes and cut them up. See, I might just have to. I think I'll add to the recipe to cut up the tomatoes before I add them. But we'll see how they break apart. My mom said they should break apart as you're cooking them, but they're not breaking apart. So, guess we'll see. We shall see. And as I said, I had to go find the top to it, because Mom said it needs to have the top on it while it simmers. This is one of those that hooks on and shuts. There it is. There we go. It locks shut. But yeah, so I'm going to let this continue simmering, and then I will serve it. Well, actually, once it's ready and it's done, this is an optional step. You can add some mozzarella cheese to it, and just let it cook for about simmer for 5 more minutes until the cheese melts, and then you serve it up. So yeah, I'm gonna let it cook. When it's done, when the noodles are done, I will add the cheese, the mozzarella cheese, let it simmer for 5 more minutes, and then serve it into bowls, and then I will take a picture and show you guys the finished product, or the finished food, the finished recipe. I'll show you how delicious it looks. But, oh, I forgot to show you here. And my earrings. My friend made me these. Aren't they pretty? Yeah. Blue and, it's like a teal blue and purple. My 2 favorite colors, so. Yep, she made those for me. But yeah, I will be back once it's done. Well, I'll show you. I'm going to just insert a picture at the very end of the video. So I won't be back. Just a picture showing, you know, the finished food in the bowl before I eat it all up. But yeah, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, and share. And right here, you'll see my little picture, so click on it. Click on it if you haven't subscribed yet. I post new videos every day. But until next time, bye!